mayor's pay. I've indicated that I have a written solicitor's viewpoint, which I intend to hand out to the newspapers here tonight, which is my perspective of what's going on in Starrucca Borough, because I'm not sure that people are aware of some of the things that I think they should be aware of. And I am asking that the newspapers publish that in their news articles. I have a receipt from the mayor, which is a DEP violation, for Shadigee Creek, dated January 17, 2007. It's Starrucca Borough, care of Jack Downton, mayor as responsible person, relative to a violation on the creek. Jack got it to me just recently. I believe Jack has already talked to Mr. Kulik from DEP, who has indicated that we have at least a few months anyway to address it, but I would like to be able to have permission from council to work with Jack on addressing this issue, which could be a legal issue, but I'd like to work with Jack on it. I've asked Jack to turn over the original notice to the secretary, which he's done here tonight, and I think Jack will acknowledge it. So that's what I'm asking that council let me do.
Okay, somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to let Jack work with Mr. Bugaj on the letter or the wall project.
Wait a second.
I'll second.
All in favor? Opposed? Carried.
Okay, now, as we've read in the paper, in between meetings, somebody went to the district attorney's office of Wayne County and complained of either the subpoena process or the goings-on in Starrucca Borough or whatever else. But anyway, as I read in the newspaper, and that's all I know, that the district attorney referred them to the Attorney General's office of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and a representative agent from the Attorney General's office showed up at my office at the date of the depositions. Originally went to the magistrate's office, and they were moved down to my office because we'd gotten the notice that the only one that would agree to testify and honor the subpoena was Laura Travis, the secretary, so we moved them down there to save the borough some money. Laura Travis did appear, did give testimony under oath. I have that testimony. I will make it available to the committee members and the auditors as we proceed with this committee process. During the course of the questioning, I can tell you that I allowed the mayor to sit in, and even though the committee hadn't been formed, and I allowed the mayor, the investigative officer, and Mr. Haynes, who was present, Darrell Haynes that is, asked me outside any specific questions to be asked of the witness, which we did. I would indicate for the record that we are all approaching a very slippery slope, and that now that we have investigators from the Attorney General's office involved, this is a very serious matter. It could be a serious matter. Allegations have been made. There's a lot of he said, she said. We intend to get to the bottom of it, and I am recommending that borough officials, whoever they are, cooperate with these investigative authorities. Let's turn the materials over to the investigative authorities, let them do their job, make a report, issue recommendations, and take whatever action is appropriate to address any wrongdoing in Starrucca Borough, wherever that might be. Now, I'm not going to say anybody particularly did anything wrong at all, or who did something wrong, or who did something right. That's the point of these depositions. But I think we're all a little sick of hearing all these allegations about this, that, and the other thing, and he said, she said. So we're going to get to the bottom of it, get things in writing, and hopefully things will get straightened around. One more thing I have. There was a letter that came to me. It was dated February 6th, and it was from an attorney, Michael Giangreco, who purports to represent Ken Ronald Excavating. It was addressed to Starrucca Borough, but it was Dear Supervisors. And what it is an official statutory notice that their office, Giangreco's office, represents Ken Roush for damages he suffered as a result of breach of contract caused by the Borough of Starrucca. It goes on to state certain aspects that are statutory, that are required in a notice such as this. and sums it up by saying, kindly direct all communications and correspondence to him. And actually, it's Michael Burchell, who appears to have authored this letter. This is now a notice of a lawsuit regarding the creek. We've got an investigator from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania on a number of issues. I am advising Borough Council that any public policy comments of Borough Council, as well as questions to be answered, be severely limited in what they say, because they're all under the microscope and they may say something they shouldn't say, and we are probably headed towards litigation and maybe more. So the public policy portion of the meeting may be a lot less than people might suggest. This is not meant in any way to infringe upon rights, but to protect Starrucca Borough. So as the course of the open forum public policy dictates here, I may stop you guys or attempt to stop you from responding. I would also urge any member of council or anybody connected with council to not speak to anyone unless he or she is absolutely certain of what's being said, and to be very careful about putting Borough Council in a difficult situation. And that's all I have for the legal report.
Okay, I guess that brings us to public comment.